Abdul Rauf Azhar, the mastermind behind the 1999 IC-814 hijacking, the Jaish-e-Mohammad commander and youngest brother of Masood Azhar, who was neutralized in Operation Sindoor. Azhar had been a long top target of Indian intelligence agencies. His death marks a major victory in India's counter-terror operation. We are joined by Ajay Randyal to get more updates in regard to this developing situation. Ajay, how significant of a development is this for the Indian Army in their ongoing counter-terror operation?
I see Indian Defence Forces were waiting for Rauf Azhar for a long time, and he was on the target of the agencies. But since he was sitting in Pakistan and was in the shelter of Pakistani forces, so that's why it took time. But during the yesterday airstrike, in which a number of locations were targeted, including Jaish-e-Mohammad base and headquarter over there, Lashkar's headquarter over there. Now the fresh input says that Rauf Azhar is being neutralized by during this attacks of the Indian Air Force, and he was basically mastermind in IC-814 hijacking, and he was the key kingpin who basically have released Masood Azhar, who's his elder brother. So it's a big achievement for the forces of India, because he was most wanted and on the top of the list of the terrorists, those who were involved in the IC-814 hijacking case.
For those who don't know what the 814 hijacking case is, and would you mind enlightening them, given this that one of the perpetrators of this hijacking has been brought to justice by the Indian Army?
Yes, certainly. They have waited a lot. No doubt that it took a lot of time to neutralize Rauf Azhar, and definitely Masood Azhar is still alive, and that's why he was on the target, and he will remain on the target of the Indian forces. But this time, when this major attack was carried out, they have decided and chosen this targets only when they got adequate confirmation from the their sources that Rauf Azhar is there in that location. They were having a specific inputs that terror training camps, which basically are spreading bloodshed in the Jammu and Kashmir, that are there, and that's why 9 locations were chosen. And now after this 9 locations were hit by the Indian forces, this shows that it was a big and a successful operation by the Indian forces over there.
Thank you very much, Ajay, for joining us. We have some breaking news. The US issues an alert for Lahore and asks its citizens to leave or seek shelter. Joshua Barnes joins us live to give us more on these updates. Joshua, what have you got for us?
Yes, absolutely, Thomas. Of course, we have continued to get developments throughout the last couple of hours, and we've had one from the US consulate in Lahore, and this refers to the restriction of US personnel movements within Lahore. Now, this is a security alert that has been received due to reports of drone explosions, downed drones, and possible airspace incursions in and near Lahore. The US Consulate General in Lahore has directed all consulate personnel to shelter in place. The consulate has received initial reports that authorities may be evacuating some adjacent areas to Lahore's main airport. US citizens who find themselves in the area of active conflict should leave if they can do safely. If it is not safe to leave, then they should stay in place. The US Embassy and consulates in Pakistan will send updates as needed through our messaging system. So yes, that update coming in there. Of course, a significant development we've had today is the press briefing received from the PIB, talking about a response to the incident that we have seen. Of course, that refers to Pakistan targeting 15 cities in North and West India. There are reports in this press briefing as well, that air defence systems in Lahore have been targeted. This response here from the United States relating to Lahore is signifying that there has been drone action, drones downed as well, and a potential for further escalation in the region. A serious message from the US, of course, advising personnel to stay in place if they cannot leave safely.
Joshua, thank you very much for joining us. Well,